Hey guys, it's Maddie, and welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, make sure you press the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So today I have a really, what I would consider to be an uplifting story or a very encouraging story for you guys. It happened to me today while I was at work, and I kind of want to share that with y'all. But before I get into that, I want to say, one thing that I have noticed over the course of me going full time now for the last couple weeks is that a lot of the people who I expected to say things or be very loving and very encouraging, people who I thought would kind of make a big deal about of it, kind of make a big deal out of it, really haven't. The people who have come up to me and approached me to talk to me in private or, to tell me really nice and sweet things have all been people that I really wasn't expecting that from. I'm not saying these aren't people that I'm not friends with or, cordial with, but we really just kind of have that working relationship at the office. And they're not really people that I, talk to after hours. And anyway, so I've been really taken aback and surprised at the reactions and how nice that some of these people have been. And today's story kind of relates to that as well. So I'm not sure, excuse me, I'm not sure if the person who I'm going to be talking about watches my videos or not. And if she does happen to be, you'll obviously know who you are. And I kind of want to talk about a conversation that we had this afternoon while I was at work. So this lady who I work with, we've always gotten along really well, and we've always had a really good working relationship, but it's never gone beyond that. But she comes up to me, and I don't even remember what the topic of conversation was, but I do remember it was work related, and she had asked me a question. And I was kind of giving her my answer or my opinion about what I thought. And we were talking about work things. And it quickly transitioned over into a conversation about me and my transition. And she pretty much just led with, how are you doing? Are you okay? How is everybody reacting to you? Are you being treated well? That sort of thing. And I was kind of surprised that she brought it up because she wasn't somebody who I would have thought would have approached that subject very easily. Like I said, we just didn't have that kind of relationship. But so anyway, she brought it up, and I could kind of tell she was a little bit nervous because she kept telling me things, if this is too much for you, if I'm annoying you, just tell me to shut up and I'll go away. But I assured her I was happy to answer all your questions, and I'm pretty open about it, so I'm very happy to talk about being transgender or my transition in general with just about anybody. But so our conversation kind of started at that point. And, I told her about the reception that I'd gotten from people and so on. And she told me that she thought I was very brave and that it took a lot of encouragement, or rather not encouragement, a lot of guts to be able to stand out in the open and say, this is me, for all my qualities and all my flaws. This is me. This is who I am. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed of it, and this is who I'm going to be. And she seemed very, very stunned by the fact almost that I was able to do that. But she was very encouraging about it, and it really meant a lot to me because a lot of these people, this lady included, I'm not going to mention her name, who, like I said, I just had working relationships with, who we weren't really close, like friends or anything like that. The fact that they're making a point to come up to me and tell me such nice things, it really validates to me what I'm doing, and that I have so much support, especially from people that I wasn't necessarily expecting greatness out of. But anyway, so our conversation went on, and she kind of made reference to a conversation she'd had with my boss. And she said that it was something they had talked about a little bit, and that she told him that she hoped that the organization that she worked for, and granted, this is before everybody knew. This was like just like probably right after I told my boss, and before I had really come out to everybody else at the office. But she told him that she hoped that she would work for an organization that would treat people as people, and would be open and accepting of everyone of all different backgrounds and situations, and that we wouldn't lose our humanity, basically, and that everyone was welcome, and that we loved everyone for who they were. And the fact that she told me this about this private conversation that she had, I I honestly I started tearing up when she was telling me this, because granted, this individual is somebody, like I said, I've always gotten along well with them, but we've never been close. She's not somebody I would have expected to stand up and vouch for me, because we just didn't have that kind of a relationship. And I think it speaks wonders about the kind of person she is, that she was, willing and able to stand up and make these points and say exactly how she feels about it, before everybody else knew. And so I kind of started tearing up in the mid conversation. I was doing my best to hide it, but I don't think I did a very good job. But I started getting really emotional at that point, because it it meant so much to me that I have those kind of advocates and people who are willing to stand by my side and validate what I am doing and what I'm trying to accomplish. Then our conversation kind of took a turn towards like religion and things like that, because she asked me why I had decided to transition, because she didn't understand how I felt. And so I was trying to explain it to her about, like the whole right hand, left hand thing that I've addressed in some other videos. I told her that when I said why now, is because my stepdad, he passed away about a year ago. It'll be a year ago next month. And after that happened, he was very young, and he just went to sleep one night, and he didn't wake back up the next morning. He had a heart attack in his sleep. And that hit me really hard, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought to myself, I don't know what happens after you die. I don't know what's out there, but if for some reason or some chance I was able to look back on the life that I had lived after I died, what would I feel, or what would I think about the way that I chose to live? And I realized that if I was given that opportunity, whether it's tomorrow or 60 years from now, I don't know when, but if I was ever given that opportunity, that I would be regretful and ashamed of the way that I had lived my life, because I never took that chance to be the real me, or to be the person that I know that I am. And so that's kind of what sparked my transition and led me to go ahead and, actually proceed with it rather than keeping it a secret. So anyway, I was telling her all this stuff, and we started talking a little bit about religion, because I had said, I don't know what happens after you die, and we talked a little bit about it, and she told me that I should never let anybody make me feel. Sorry. I should never let anybody make me feel inferior, because I chose to live, an authentic life. Whether that be people who go to a church who maybe aren't as accepting of it, or just anybody in general, that those people have no right to tell me how to live, or to belittle me or make fun of me, because I'm choosing to do something, by living openly and honestly, which is something that not a lot of people are actually able to do. Most people actually try and hide their secrets and their flaws and their true selves. And those are words that I didn't expect to hear from her. And it was like all of a sudden she was saying these really positive and uplifting things, and it kind of caught me off guard, and I was literally tearing up right there when I was talking to her out in the parking lot. And I can't stress to you guys enough how important it is to be kind to one another and to go out of your way to make other people feel special, because it really does make the difference. And this is a prime example for somebody who doesn't know me that well, who stood up for me and was an advocate for me when they didn't have to. And I may never have even known about it if it wasn't for this conversation that we were having. It might have just been one of those things that went unknown or unnoticed. And I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad that I know. But, it's so important to be kind to one another and to treat each other with respect. We're all people, and we all have flaws, and we're all a little bit different. And that shouldn't matter. What matters is what's inside and the kind of person you are and how you treat people. And so, it really made my day that I got to have that quick conversation with her for about 15 minutes or so, because I wasn't expecting it, and I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, honestly, because I can't describe the way that it makes me feel right now. But it really made my day. And, if you happen to be watching this video and you know who you are, I just want to tell you, thank you for those very nice things that you said to me. They really meant a lot to me, and I appreciate the fact that you were willing to stand up for me when a lot of people wouldn't have been willing to or able to. Sorry, you guys. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all emotional on you guys, but it's just a story that I wanted to share with y'all because it's something that really meant a lot to me today. And yeah, so sorry. So anyways, if you enjoy my videos, or feel free to watch some of the other ones on my channel page. Make sure you press the like button. I really appreciate that. Or go ahead and subscribe. It really means a lot to me when you guys subscribe. We have a live stream coming up this Sunday. I think in a previous video I made a mistake and said 7 p.m. Eastern, but the correct time is 7 p.m. Central. It'll be the exact same time as my live streams normally are, and it will be this coming Sunday, so just in a couple days. So I really look forward to seeing you guys. I hope you all are able to join us. We have a lot of fun, and I hope to see you all there. But until next time, you guys, be kind and make good choices.